Breaking at 4, an armed man is shot inside a Walgreens. Police say he was screaming about drugs and money. We are live from the scene. Also at 4, the texting while driving debate continues at the state capitol. Lawmakers are arguing about the law today. The driving change latest coming up. And new bombshell accusations against the Boy Scouts of America. Attorneys claim thousands of cases of sexual abuse. A look at that investigation. Those stories and more ahead on News 6 at 4. It is just 60 seconds away. Stay with us. Banking.
Live, getting results. This is News 6 at 4.
Breaking at 4, a drugstore shooting. Police shoot an armed man inside a Walgreens. Police say the man was screaming that he needed drugs and money. This is News 6 at 4. I'm Lisa Bell.
I'm Ginger Gadsden.
And I'm Julie Broughton. The shooting happened this afternoon at the Walgreens near West International Speedway Boulevard and South Ridgewood Avenue. That's in Daytona Beach. That's where News 6's Nadine Yanis joins us now live. And Nadine, what are police telling you?
Well, we spoke to the deputy chief of Daytona Beach Police, and he says that the suspect walked right through the front doors of this Walgreens where you see detectives are gathering right now and straight to the back of the store where the pharmacy was, all while holding a rifle and demanding drugs and money.
We're extremely blessed today.
Daytona Beach Deputy Chief Jakari Young says everything ended up as well as it could after he says a man, 41-year-old Lewis Curler, walked to this Walgreens on Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach with a rifle in hand and on a mission for money and drugs.
Upon arrival, we responded directly to the pharmacy where we located a male armed with a rifle, and he was crouched down. He appeared to be shooting up some type of a narcotic. Officers command him to show his hands, at which times he pops up with the rifle and he runs into the direction of innocent employees.
It was at that point one of the two officers fired a single shot, hitting the suspect in the back.
He struck one time in the lower back, and by the grace of God, not one innocent employee, one innocent patron, or one police officer was injured today. So it looks like just my suspect, who sustained one gunshot to his lower back, it looks like even he's going to be okay.
And so all of this went down just before 1 p.m. this afternoon. So that will explain why there is still a scene here. Daytona Beach Police still investigating all of this while we're trying to learn more about this suspect. We're also hearing from witnesses inside the store, including an employee who heard someone say gun, and she started running. We're going to hear her story at 5. But ladies, I got to tell you, I actually just spoke to the pharmacist who pulled out, and he says he is grateful that he's alive. He couldn't talk to us on camera, but he says his goal was to get everyone out of there safely, and that's why everyone, thankfully, is okay today. Back to you.
Nadine, that is good news that they are all safe. Thank you. Driving change appears to hit a speed bump today. The Senate version sailed along. The House version was shelved. But late this afternoon, the House decided to debate the issue. News 6 has been following the distracted driving legislation since 2016. News 6 anchor Matt Austin made it his mission after being involved in a crash where the other driver admitted to texting and driving. Matt is back in Tallahassee today following the very latest. Matt, take us through exactly what is happening there right now in the House.
Okay, well, we know for years these bills have died a silent death in committee. Well, that won't happen. 7 committees have been passed through the House and the Senate. Earlier today, the bill right here in the House chambers was postponed. Then they brought the bill back after some discussions with the Senate because the two bills don't match up right now. And right now behind those doors, they are debating it. Not really so much debating. Most people actually seem to agree with the bill, but they're talking a lot about texting and driving. Also, a lot of members are talking about race. Listen to what some of them had to say a little bit just a few minutes ago.
I'm up on the bill 100%. I am. But I have got to bring the concerns forward for people that look like me. I'd be derelict if I did not do that.
We had students from College Park Middle School, a group of 8th graders, and I told them that we were supporting this bill today, and even the smile on their faces, the nods on their heads, and the brightness in their eyes tells me that for this next generation, we have to do our parts and not only pass this bill, but make sure that every kid growing up now knows the dangers of texting while driving.
Now, some of the members of the House are worried a texting and driving bill could lead to more minorities getting pulled over. There are some built-in protections in this bill that track the data of what ethnicities are being pulled over. They're about to vote any second. Coming up, we'll also hear from a local rep, Carlos Guillermo Smith, who had actually some tears on the House floor today. We'll tell you all about that coming up at 5 o'clock, plus an update on how this vote goes. Right now, I'm going to sneak back in there, ladies. I'm going to send it back into you.
All right, Matt, thank you. We'll see you soon. To read about the driving change timeline and our push since 2016, head to clickorlando.com/driving change.
A man wanted on multiple charges crashed head-on into a patrol car. Deputies say he did it while driving a stolen Mercedes. This is video of Trayshawn Smith's arrest in Flagler County. Deputies say Smith carjacked someone in Volusia County and drove into Flagler County yesterday. They say while trying to stop him, he hit an unmarked patrol vehicle on South Backer Street. Smith tried to run away, but deputies got him to surrender. He is now facing several felony charges. A teacher and her boyfriend are killed in a car crash.
The couple had just spent the day with family and were heading home on Sunday.
Yeah, this happened in Orange County near Apopka, Vineland Road and Dressage Drive. That's where we find News 6's Vanessa Ariza. Vanessa, you spoke with the victim's family within the past few hours or so. What are they telling you?
Ginger, an absolutely heartbreaking story. The family all gathering and in tears. The brother-in-law telling me that that couple had just left a family member's house and they were actually here about to turn onto Apopka Vineland Road when another vehicle came flying through, crashing into them.
I thought I was going to give a speech for your wedding. Not for this.
Bibi Mustafa is the aunt of 24-year-old Christina Bacchus. But for her, Christina was more like a daughter.
I just think any moment she's going to pop out and she's going to ask me how I'm doing.
Always a jokester with wit, she said Christina was always one to lighten the mood and a room. She had met her boyfriend, Bhavani Jagmohan, in December and could see and feel the happiness between them. Christina and Bhavani were killed Sunday night when an SUV crashed into them near Apopka Vineland Road. According to the report, the driver of the other vehicle was speeding and hit the driver's side. Bhavani died at the scene. Christina was taken to Orlando Health, where she later died. The driver of the other vehicle was taken to Orlando Health in serious condition.
I just don't know how my brother and my sister-in-law and my nephew Alex is gonna go on.
The 24-year-old was a teacher at Parton Settlement Elementary School. She started as a substitute and worked her way up. Osceola superintendent said in a statement, quote, "Our hearts and thoughts are with her family and her students at this very sad time. We have counselors and our crisis team at the school for support." And we also spoke with Christina's parents off camera, her mother telling me that Christina was their only daughter and that she had always wanted to be a teacher. Now, Osceola County Schools superintendent told us that a letter and personal phone call went out to former and current students' parents of Christina's. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll talk more about the couple and how a marriage proposal was in the near future. But for now, live in Orange County, Vanessa Ariza, Getting Results, News 6.
Vanessa, that's heartbreaking. Thank you. Police are investigating 2 separate shootings in the same city minutes apart. The first shooting happened around 10 last night along Palm Place, right off Sanford Avenue. Sanford police say this was a drive-by shooting. One person was shot and rushed to the hospital. Then, a short time later, Sanford police responded to another call about shots fired on French Avenue, right behind the Summerlin Hotel. Now, no one was hurt in this shooting. So far, police do not think these 2 shootings are connected.
Brevard County's teachers are fighting for more money. Today, they took their fight to a third party, hoping they will help them get raises. News 6's Mark Lehman is in Brevard County talking to teachers about why this is so important.
With teacher contract negotiations at an impasse here in Brevard County, both union and district leaders say this was the next logical step. A third party now taking a look at the issue of teacher raises. It could be a big influence on what happens next.
The parties worked very, very hard to reach an agreement.
That work now leading to today's impasse hearing before a magistrate. After a months-long teacher contract dispute, both the union and Brevard schools have dug their heels in on the issue of raises.
We just want a competitive, fair salary for what we do.
According to the district, their best and final offer is a $770 raise for teachers rated as highly effective, $540 for effective, and a one-time $1,000 bonus. Teachers saying, though, that's not enough.
When teachers receive bonuses, that doesn't affect their bottom line, which doesn't affect the pension.
Instead, the union is proposing a $2,300 raise for highly effective teachers and $1,725 for effective. But the district says the money isn't there, due in part to the state's new school safety mandate.
There just isn't the money to give teachers what they believe is a competitive salary increase.
Now the magistrate is taking a close look at both positions, although his decision is not binding. That could be ultimately up for a final vote by the school board. After today's hearing and once paperwork is filed, the magistrate will have 15 days to submit his final recommendation. Then both sides will have to decide whether or not they will accept it. Now, to emphasize their point, the teachers union will be holding another rally ahead of this evening's school board meeting. In Viera, Mark Lehman, Getting Results, News 6.
Well, he says he screamed for like 5 to 10 minutes after realizing he won.
Ahead at 4, hear from the 24-year-old man who is now the latest Powerball millionaire. Tom.
How long would we be screaming?
Hours.
Longer than that.
Much longer than 5 to 10 minutes. Take a look at what's going on right now across the country. The heat is still on. 74 as far north as Columbus, Ohio. 80 in Washington, D.C. I'll be right back to pinpoint a very cool overnight tonight and how much more heat we can stack up this week.
Also ahead, a bombshell against the Boy Scouts of America. Lawyers released more than 100 names of leaders they say abused kids. How the organization is responding.
You're watching News 6 at 4, Getting Results. We will be right back. And during the break, we are streaming live on Facebook. Search Lisa Bell News on Facebook right now.
Orange Sanford.
Live with Ginger Gadsden, Lisa Bell, Julie Broughton. Weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells and Meteorologist Candace Campos. This is News 6 at 4, Getting Results.
New at 4, stunning new claims of sex abuse against the Boy Scouts of America.
Possible victims and their attorneys are coming forward in at least 2 states today.
They want the organization to hand over internal files, they say, detail more than 7,000 abuse cases. Mark Liverman takes us through the claims.
When we got this information, we had to sound the alarm.
Attorney Jeffrey Anderson, a longtime advocate for sex abuse victims, announced the stunning new accusations against the Boy Scouts of America. Anderson cited recent testimony from a woman he says was hired by the Boy Scouts to look into their so-called perversion files, documentation of possible abuse dating back to the 1940s, saying it sheds new light on the magnitude of the problem.
She revealed to us there are 7,819 perpetrators of childhood sexual abuse in these files.
Anderson says there are also more than 12,000 cases of possible child sex abuse that have surfaced. Attorneys say this pamphlet holds the names of at least 130 Scout leaders accused of wrongdoing over the years in New York alone, and some 50 more individuals are being accused in neighboring New Jersey. In a statement, the Boy Scouts of America said, "We care deeply about all victims of child sex abuse and sincerely apologize to anyone who was harmed during their time in scouting." They go on to say, "At no time have we ever knowingly allowed a perpetrator to work with youth, and we mandate that all leaders, volunteers, and staff members nationwide immediately report any abuse allegation to law enforcement."
And this work has just begun.
Anderson says changes coming to statute of limitations laws in New York this summer will make it easier to prosecute such cases. Mark Liverman, CBS News, New York.
The Perversion Files refers to a list compiled over decades by the Boy Scouts and released by the Oregon Supreme Court. It's made up of names that Scout officials had determined to be, quote, ineligible volunteers.
In just hours, the Orlando Magic will have one more chance to beat the Toronto Raptors to stay in the series. The Magic lost the last 3 games, including 2 at home after taking Game 1 in the first round of the NBA playoffs, but it is not over yet. Game 5 tips off tonight at 7 in Toronto.
That's when it's going to be over.
You can join fellow Magic fans downtown to watch. The official Blue and White Ignite watch party starts at 6 at the Wall Street Plaza. I was wearing my Magic blue
I know,
today.
you are.
My
Seriously,
boys are wearing their Magic T-shirts.
If they could win, they won on the road the first game. That's what wrecked us. They're like,
Right.
yeah, they were out of the gate strong.
Then they let their guard down.
Literally. But anyway.
I have a different vibe on that. I think they woke Toronto up. Is what happened.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Well,
poked
hopefully they're asleep again.
I like that very much. You got Toronto's a well-tested.
They're a good team.
Playoff
They're a really
team,
good
so
team. Yeah.
Go get them.
We're just going to be a little bit better tonight.
Go get them. Hey, take a look at what's happening tonight. The weather's picture perfect in Orlando. And here's the deal. Even if Toronto wins, they wake up tomorrow and they live in Toronto.
Correct. We still win.
Take a look at that. You live in Toronto. Your stargazers delight tonight, Wednesday and Thursday. Dry but hot. Beautiful weather coming on. Then by Friday, scattered storms return to Central Florida with rain chances jumping to about 60%. You ever been to Toronto?
No.
Beautiful place. It's wonderful. It's cold though. Orlando Health Camera. Temperature readings 84 degrees, relative humidity is 35%, and the wind right now is calm, calm, calm. It's really beautiful today. Daytona Beach looks great. Wave heights have built on in at 79 degrees. Look at all these people out here. You don't find people in the water like that in Toronto. No. Wind is to the northeast at 10 miles per hour. Look at all these 84s. 84 from Orlando to Sanford, 83 to Leesburg. Look at Gainesville. As far north as Gainesville tonight, we're holding it at 86 degrees, 78 Cocoa Beach, 79 in Melbourne. And out at the Cape this evening, we're holding it at 78 degrees. Wind speed coming in from the east-northeast, anywhere from 5 to 10, maybe 15 miles per hour. Visible satellite basically tells you all you need to know. Big ridge of high pressure parked on top of us is taking care of everything, buffering everything away. Even the East Coast sea breeze can't kick in. It's just beautiful. Wind from the northeast or calm. Radar tonight, dry as it can be, and we're going to stay that way until at least Friday. Water vapor imagery. Okay, last night we had the big swath of yellowish orange out there. That was the dry air aloft that brought us all the blue sky. Today it's starting to modify, so gradually. Low-level humidity is building back in. What you're watching here is the humidity and the moisture at about 30,000 feet. During the next 24 hours, more and more cloud cover will start to show up. That's really the only change. Take a look at tonight, overnight, a few more clouds begin to build in, and then through the day tomorrow you'll see a little upper-level shimmy of clouds coming through. It's just a thin cloud shield, nothing to bring rain until the cold front marches in here on Friday. Between now and then, smooth sailing. Overnight lows tonight, 50s all over, 59 in Sanford, 57 in the Villages, 58 in Palm Coast. And in Orlando tonight, the overnight low is 59, clear and cool, but not too cold. Here's tomorrow. Starting out in the morning with a reading of 62 by noon, 82, and check out my daytime high, 88. The normal high is 84. We're crushing it. Here's the week ahead. We make it to a high tomorrow of 88 degrees with an overnight low tomorrow night of 63. Come Thursday, more humid. By Friday, bigger storms. The daytime high on Friday is 84 with a 60% chance of rain. Saturday's high is 85 and Sunday 86.
That's why we're enjoying these next few days.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
All right, Tom, thank you.
Well, the hit reality show Survivor is looking for its next group of contestants. A casting call will be held this Sunday at Victory Casino Cruises in Cape Canaveral for anyone who thinks they have what it takes to outwit, outplay, and outlast. The casting call runs from 10 until 2. To read about eligibility requirements and fill out the forms you need, just head to clickorlando.com and look for the link on the homepage. I feel like after our camping experience, we are ready.
So will your husbands be setting up an RV for us before we go into the
I'm absolutely
wilderness?
sure we are not ready. Let me know. Oh my gosh. Well, the end is near and fans are ready.
Last night, the world premiere of Avengers Endgame took place in Hollywood, and fans are already reacting on Twitter. What spoil-free words they're using ahead at 4.
Then all new at 5.
I'm News 6 investigator Mike DeForest. These two former daycare workers are accused of committing sex crimes against children. Tonight, we reveal who has been paying their legal bills, trying to keep them out of prison.
They finally figured that if this case goes well for you, it helps their case in the end.
See our investigation raising questions about the justice system coming up in less than an hour.
In today.
All right, we now know the name of the person who won last month's $768 million Powerball lottery.
The 24-year-old suburban Milwaukee man collected his prize today in Madison, Wisconsin.
I went on my computer and I searched up the Powerball numbers, and all the news articles that you see underneath the Powerball numbers said Wisconsin winner, and I'm like, well, I live in Wisconsin, so I probably got a chance,
Oh my goodness. Manuel Franco says his heart started racing when he realized he won. He says he bought 10 individual tickets at a Speedway gas station in New Berlin. Franco won the third largest jackpot in U.S. lottery history. Now, if he chooses the lump sum option, which most people do, he will get a cash payout of $477 million.
And he now has 477 million date requests.
Right,
yes.
Yeah.
And there's that cow in the overalls giving out the check. I couldn't take my eyes off of that.
I would have dressed like the cow to claim the money so people wouldn't know who I am. Well, the world premiere of Avengers Endgame took place last night in Hollywood.
Yeah, the premiere was so big it was held at the Los Angeles Convention Center instead of a traditional movie theater.
The movie stars, including Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, and Brie Larson, posed for pictures and answered questions. Avengers Endgame is expected to be the best box office opener of all time when it hits theaters this Thursday, and fans are getting emotional about the movie on Twitter without spoiling the plot. Some are using words like epic, emotional, and saying the movie is impossible to describe.
I feel like Endgame describes a lot. It says so much without saying a whole lot. Okay. Well, coming up all new on News 6 at 4:30. Preparing for liftoff on the Space Coast. More on the training getting underway today.
And a dog that disappeared 2 years ago returns home to Florida. How someone tracked him down more than 2,000 miles away.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm Lisa Bell.
I'm Ginger Gadsden. This is News 6 at 4:30, getting results.
And I'm Julie Broughton. All this happening at a crowded gas station in Flagler County. News 6's Lauren Korn has the latest on the investigation.
Deputies tell me tips are starting to roll in about a possible suspect, but they still need the public's help in identifying who the shooter is. They also recovered a firearm last night near the crime scene, and they're working to confirm if it's the same gun used in Sunday night's shooting.
Very irresponsible, very erratic.
It's a fight that turned into a shooting, caught on surveillance video here outside the Circle K on Moody Boulevard. Now deputies are searching for the gunman after they say he pulled the trigger on a man who tried stopping a fight between two women.
The fight was a minimal disturbance between two females, although it was physical. There were plenty of people around to break it up. Out of nowhere, this male shows up and starts firing at the victim.
Chief Steve Brent says the motive is unclear, and it's hard to say if the shooter knows the victim. Investigators say he fired 4 shots in the victim's direction, striking him once in the back.
And we have conducted multiple interviews of people on scene.
Deputies say the crowd spilled into the gas station's parking lot from other events happening nearby.
There was a Easter celebration going on, and I believe there was a rap video shoot going on in the area at the same time.
Deputies say the man is expected to survive but will not release his name due to fear of retaliation. They're hoping this video and still photos of the shooter will help them identify the suspect and arrest him.
There was no reason for any of this to occur, so anybody that is aware of who this person is, we would appreciate if they would call Crime Stoppers or call the Sheriff's Office to report any knowledge they have of the shooter.
In Flagler County, Lauren Korn, getting results, News 6.
Breaking at 4:30, Bethune-Cookman University has a new president. Dr. E. LeBrent Trite will take office starting July 1st. He will replace interim president Hubert L. Grimes. In October, an audit revealed questionable financial activity dating as far back as the previous administration. The school was at risk of losing its accreditation because of it. Trite will become Bethune-Cookman University's 7th president. Breaking at 4:30, we're learning a bill aimed at making texting and driving a primary offense has passed in the House. News 6 has been following the distracted driving legislation since 2016. News 6 anchor Matt Austin made it his mission after being involved in a crash where the other driver admitted to texting and driving. Right now, there's a similar texting and driving bill in the Senate. We'll, of course, stay on top of that one as well.
This evening, we are learning new details about a shooting that left a 14-year-old dead. As we've been reporting, someone fatally shot Anthony Reed near the Mall at Millennia on Saturday on JR Street and Starbright Drive. Now we know just how close Orange County deputies may have come to catching the suspect. A newly released incident report says deputies spotted someone matching the suspect's description driving aggressively around Holden Avenue shortly after the shooting, but the driver took off out of sight. The report also reveals Reed was shot in the neck. New at 4:30, a man sentenced to 23 years in federal prison for an armed carjacking is back in custody after he was accidentally released from prison. Deputies say 29-year-old Cedric Gant turned himself in yesterday afternoon. Records show Gant transferred to the Brevard County Jail from Lake County last week to face sentencing on a violation of probation charge in a separate case. That's when a judge credited him for time served. The spokesperson for the Brevard County judge says he was granted time served for the misdemeanor only, not the federal charge. They say the Brevard County Jail is responsible for the inmate's release.
A firefighter is recovering after suffering second-degree burns while battling a house fire. This fire sparked this morning in Orla Vista. News 6's Clay Lepard spoke to fire officials about the investigation.
Firefighters say there was no power to this home behind this fire truck, which is why they're looking at the possibility that arson might be behind this.
We're investigating for possible arson.
It's being called a total loss here on Hastings Street. Firefighters tell News 6 crews have been to this house before, which is technically abandoned with no power going to it. We've learned there were people living inside. They were able to make it out okay. There were also what firefighters call an illegally powered generator inside. It's not clear, though, if that played a part in what started this fire.
The occupant woke up, said that the house is already on fire. There were no working smoke detectors in the house. So if anything to take from this is please make sure that you get working smoke detectors.
The state fire marshal is expected to be out here to investigate and try to figure out what started all this. In Orla Vista, Clay Lepard, Getting Results, News 6.
The Florida Senate has passed a bill that will allow some teachers to carry guns in schools. The bill passed 22-17 today, making changes to a law enacted last year after 17 people were killed at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. The bill does address several issues, but the most controversial change is that it makes teachers eligible for the Guardian program. School districts would have to approve participation in the program, and the sheriff's office would have to train teachers who volunteer. The bill that passed today is now in the Florida House for consideration.
New at 4:30, the Groveland Four will be commemorated in Lake County. Earlier this year, Governor Ron DeSantis pardoned the four African-American men 70 years after they were falsely accused of raping a 17-year-old white girl. Today, officials in the county approved a plan to build a monument-style plaque in their honor. News 6's Ezzy Castro has the story from the historic courthouse in Tavares.
Lake County commissioners approving a new monument that will represent the Groveland Four. That monument will be placed right here in front of the historic courthouse in Tavares. Staff will begin seeking proposals for construction, which could cost up to $20,000. The monument would be placed in front of Lake County's historic courthouse, where the Groveland Four were falsely accused of raping a 17-year-old white woman 70 years ago. We spoke to Lake County Chairman Leslie Campion, who said this has been a long time in the making and has had the support from the community about the proposal.
So we felt it was appropriate to use that as a chance to tell the story and honor the people that were the victims of this situation, and also, make a firm statement.
Easter may be over, but some are extending their holiday and enjoying a few extra days on the sand. News 6 meteorologist Candace Campos is pinpointing your beach forecast.
Well, Julie, unfortunately, during the Easter weekend and a few days before that, we had over 130 rescues, at least in Volusia County. But the good news is if you are planning on maybe squeezing out just a few more vacation days, the beach is a great place to go. So let's talk about how nice your weather's going to be along the beaches. Temperatures will be in the mid-80s for tomorrow. Surf at most about 2 feet. But look at that, the rip current risk will be slight. So if you are planning heading out there, of course, it's always best to swim by a lifeguard. But again, the weather is looking fantastic. Also looking mostly dry with a nice onshore breeze. For tomorrow, though, our next high tide will be about 12:30 in Daytona Beach and about 12:20 out there in Cocoa Beach. Overall, a great day, and it looks like that nice weather will continue for a few more days. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells will have when our next best chance of rain returns coming up in just a couple minutes. Ladies.
Candace, thank you. Orange County deputies making a wild rescue. They posted this picture to Twitter of an officer rescuing 2 goats. They were apparently just roaming around the street. The deputies secured the animals and they were relocated to a safe location.
Do those goats need a home?
I was just
right?
thinking the same thing.
I love goats.
They're cute. Still to come, the space race returning to our Space Coast.
How Boeing is preparing to give SpaceX a run for their money.
And SeaWorld sharing new research, how it could help killer whales struggling in the wild. You're watching News 6 at 4:30, getting results. We will be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Papa John's. Live with Ginger Gadsden, Lisa Bell, Julie Broughton. Weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells and Meteorologist Candace Campos. This is News 6 at 4, getting results.
The space race is heating up. SpaceX is not the only company trying to launch people into space.
Boeing Starliner is also gearing up for blastoff.
News 6's James Sparvero is in Brevard County with how they are preparing to send astronauts back into space from U.S. soil and how they will react if something goes wrong.
Here at Port Canaveral, a crane just lowered a replica of the Starliner capsule into the water. Now divers begin the process of simulating an emergency water rescue.
If NASA's commercial crew astronauts make an emergency water landing, the Air Force will be there. Pararescue men training this week in the port channel and in the ocean. If this were the real thing, the Air Force says astronauts would be rescued in 15 minutes.
It's very significant, very important that the crew knows that there's a rescue capability and a force that's been trained and prepared.
Preparations for rescuing crewed flights that goes back to the early days of space flight.
It's very similar. We're using a lot of the lessons learned from those guys and trying to develop it and update the equipment.
During the upcoming launches of the Starliner and SpaceX's Crew Dragon, rescuers will be on alert, locally stationed at Patrick Air Force Base. The Air Force says training builds a working relationship with the astronauts who might call on them to save their lives.
There's a relationship that's developed over months of training here and at Johnson Space Center where we interact with the astronauts on a regular basis, so very, very connected.
Until this weekend's accident with the SpaceX capsule, the Starliner appeared to be a distant second place in a race to return astronauts to space from Florida. Now the race seems more competitive. Boeing and United Launch Alliance are targeting flying Starliner as soon as November. There's no official word from SpaceX if Dragon's crewed flight will be pushed back from July. At Port Canaveral, I'm James Sparvero, getting results, News 6.
Meanwhile, a 3D rocket could soon be blasting off from the Space Coast. Today, a Thailand-based company picked Relativity Space's Terran 1 rocket to launch its satellite. They lit up a building in Bangkok to make the announcement. Relativity Space shaking up the space industry with their ability to construct rockets in less than 60 days through 3D printing. It's supposed to cut down on costs and hardware parts. They've agreed to launch their rockets from Launch Complex 16 at Cape Canaveral's Air Force Station. The Terran 1 is expected to begin launching from the Space Coast in late 2020, and you can learn more about it on our website, clickorlando.com. Tomorrow, we will learn how Boeing's 737 MAX airplane crisis has affected the company's bottom line. The company is set to release its financial report for the first 3 months of the year. Analysts are forecasting earnings per share fell by 11% compared to the same quarter last year. Experts had previously forecast that Boeing's quarterly earnings would increase by 18%, but that all changed when an Ethiopian Airlines jet crashed last month, prompting the worldwide grounding of all MAX jets, which is Boeing's bestseller.
A Disney heiress is slamming the company's CEO, saying he makes way too much money. Abigail Disney is co-founder Roy Disney's granddaughter. She tweeted, Bob Iger's $66 million compensation last year is, quote, insane when the average employee makes just over $46,000. She complimented Iger as brilliant, but said his level of pay has a, quote, corrosive effect on society. According to Fast Company, Disney said last week the company could have given every Disneyland employee a 15% raise by cutting Iger's compensation to $10 million.
New data released on killer whales at SeaWorld could soon help those struggling in the wild. SeaWorld just published decades of data on orcas. It includes blood samples that reveal what a healthy whale looks like. Scientists can use it to help save killer whales that are facing dwindling numbers in the Pacific Northwest. You can learn more about the SeaWorld data that was released and how it's impacting animals in the wild. Just go to our website, clickorlando.com/theme parks.
All right, Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells joins us now. And, you know, we've been enjoying this lovely weather since the weekend, but you know what they say about all good things.
Must come to an end at some point, right? I think everyone will like tomorrow too, though, and then even Thursday, but Friday is going to be a little on the stormy side. Let me take you on over right now to the weather maps. I'm getting the weather story tonight with a look ahead to tomorrow along the coast. In Volusia County, we're talking Spruce Creek tomorrow, 57 degrees at 8 a.m. By noon tomorrow, 79. Temperature reading tomorrow in Spruce Creek should max out at about 86 during the 3 o'clock hour. Palm Bay, Southern Brevard County tomorrow, we're talking about a reading of 64 degrees at 8 a.m. By noon, 80. 3 o'clock temperature, 85. Not super hot, but really warm for this time of year. When you consider the normal daytime high, even over in Orlando across the interior, it's only 84. So yes, we will be well above normal. Take a look at well above normal. It's 80 degrees right now in D.C., 81 in Raleigh-Durham, 82 in Atlanta, 76 in Memphis. Here at home, we're doing okay too. 84 in Orlando, 79 Southern Brevard County and Melbourne, 84 in Ocala. As we look out over the Amway, sure hope the season's not over. I want to see them come back. Okay, right now, temperature reading is 86. In Gainesville, 84 is a popular number from Ocala, the Villages, all the way down to Orlando, 78 Cocoa Beach, 79 Daytona Beach, and 77 in New Smyrna. 24-hour temp change, we're 3 degrees warmer right now than we were yesterday at the same time. Now come look at the visible satellite image. Not a whole lot to show off. Big ridge of high pressure is dominant. Parked right here. Eventually it starts to slide just a little farther out to the east during the next 24 hours. What that will mean for you is that we still get copious amounts of sunshine. That's not going away. But once we're on the backside of the high, we get a little wind shift and we really start to warm it up. Then on Friday, the cold front comes sweeping in on the backside of that high and we'll line up for some big rain. Tonight on radar, we're nice and dry. Water vapor loop shows you the influx of moisture is starting to arrive already. See the cloud cover beginning to build? That's actually water vapor. That's moisture depicted as white and blue, and it is on the way for you. Now, not so much tonight. Tonight we do okay. The big ridge of high pressure takes over, stays in control. Through the day tomorrow, there'll be a little more cloud cover coming on in. Nothing to worry about, though, until Friday when the rain chances rocket to about 60%. Tonight's lows, 50s in most spots, 58 in Ocala, 57 in the Villages, and 59 in the City Beautiful. Here's tomorrow.
Your forecast brought to you by your Central Florida Honda dealers.
Another mostly sunny day tomorrow, just much warmer. 82 degrees by noon. The daytime high is 88. Check out the week ahead. Our daytime high tomorrow again is 88. Overnight low tomorrow night 63. Thursday 88, low 65. Then on Friday everything changes. Cold front sweeps in and as it marches in brings in a 60% chance of rain. Rain chances diminish as the weekend wears on.
All right, Tom, thank you.
Bye.
And you can get Pinpoint Weather on the go with our free News 6 Pinpoint Weather app. Our team will keep you up to date around the clock, and you can use live interactive radar. Search WKMG in your app store.
The hit reality show Survivor is looking for its next group of contestants. A casting call will be held this Sunday at Victory Casino Cruises in Cape Canaveral for anyone who thinks they have what it takes to outwit, outplay, and outlast. And several former Survivor castaways, including Joe Del Campo, will be at the casting call. They will meet with people before their auditions and give advice. Find all the rules and forms on clickorlando.com. We put the link on the homepage. You know, we also hear that Sebastian Noel from Brevard County will be out there.
You've
along with
him
yes,
times.
he's been here on News 6 along with Jenna Bowman, so they'll be out there. We're seeing as well. So we always have good luck with our contestants from that casting. Yeah. A dog deserted far from home.
Dog was actually snow covered, so I passed it twice.
How this dog made it back to the Sunshine State 2 years after someone stole her from Florida.
And tonight, a News 6 investigation is raising questions about the justice system. 2 former daycare workers are accused of molesting children. Coming up at 5, News 6 investigator Mike DeForest reveals who has been paying their legal bills trying to keep them out of prison. You're watching News 6 at 4:30, getting results. We will be right back.
Get Click-O on the go. Top stories and weather in less than 2 minutes. Find out at News 6 WKMG on Snapchat and Instagram.
888-8000.
Well, if you haven't yet, make sure you check out our new podcast, Florida Foodie. It explores the big picture of food here in Florida. You can check it out on clickorlando.com. radio.com/podcast.
Sounds folksy.
It does.
It does. And it can make you hungry, too, depending on what you listen to. Well, a Florida family reunited with their beloved pet 2 years after the dog was stolen from their backyard.
The homecoming came by chance thanks to a Colorado deputy.
Melissa Garcia has the details.
It's a happy reunion for a dog and her family. Someone stole then 4-month-old Cedar from her backyard in Florida in 2017. It wasn't until 2 years later when a resident of Hugo, Colorado, discovered the German Shepherd cold and abandoned in a ditch.
The dog was actually snow covered, so I passed it twice, didn't even see it.
Deputy Marshal Steve Ryan responded to the call of a stranded dog that seemed to have no home.
She was wet, appeared to be malnourished.
So he took her to Dr. Lisa McHugh at Eastern Colorado Veterinary Services in Lyman.
I would say for what she'd been through, in very good shape.
There, she scanned the dog's microchip and discovered this pet belonged to a family nearly 2,000 miles away.
We are here.
Wings of Rescue, a nonprofit known for flying cats and dogs out of disaster areas, flew Cedar back home to a family who never gave up hope that she might someday return. Their prayers have been answered.
Wow. I'm just so mad at the person who stole that dog to begin with and then just mistreat it.
Yeah. But the family looks so happy to be back together.
I know.
Good ending. Yes.
Well, ahead on the news at 5, we are staying on top of 2 breaking stories. Just 30 minutes ago, the House passed a bill in the fight against distracted driving. Anchor Matt Austin is live in Tallahassee with where this push for change heads next.
Plus, a man armed with a rifle storms a Walgreens. An officer shoots him inside. New at 5, what police say happened inside. You're watching News 6, getting results on air and around the clock on clickorlando.com. We'll be right back.
Total savings on Edge. Live, getting results. This is News 6 at 5.
2 breaking stories off the top at 5. A major hurdle in the push for driving change. The House passing a bill that would get results against distracted driving. We are live in Tallahassee in minutes. But first, breaking details in Daytona Beach. An officer shoots a man armed with a rifle at a Walgreens. Officers saying it all unfolded in the pharmacy of that store. I'm Lisa Bell.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. Matt Austin is on assignment in Tallahassee. Officers got the call just before 1 this afternoon at the Walgreens along West International Speedway Boulevard and US 1. News 6's Nadine Yanis is live at the scene tonight. Nadine, you spoke to the deputy police officer there. What else is he telling you?
Well, that investigation here on scene looked like it wrapped up within the last hour, but the store is still closed. The deputy chief telling us that around 1 o'clock, there were about 10 people inside. We spoke to 2 of those people, including the pharmacist off camera, who said the only thing going through his mind was getting his staff out safe. And we also spoke to a woman at the cash register. She said she didn't even see him walk in with a rifle. She only ran when she heard someone yell gun.
It ain't my day today. Not today.
Martha Quinones says she's strong and held it together when a gunman, seen here being taken away on a stretcher, walked into the Walgreens she was working at today. Strong until she spoke to her daughter just before our interview, telling her today was not her day to go.
Because she's my only kid, and today could have been different. And that's why I told her not today.
Quinones was training an employee on the cash register when she said she heard someone yell gun.
We don't know if it was a staff or a customer that screamed, "He's got a gun, he's got a rifle." That's all you should hear. Get out. It's telling you to get out. And then we got out and we came in front of the store and we just started praying.
Daytona Beach police say that gunman was 41-year-old Lewis Curler, who walked into the Walgreens just before 1 p.m., right through the front door, past the cash register where Quinones was, and straight to the pharmacy, with a rifle in hand and on a mission for money and drugs.
And he was crouched down. He appeared to be shooting up some type of a narcotic. Officers command him to show his hands, at which times he pops up with the rifle and he runs into the direction of innocent employees, at which time one of my officers fires at him.
And that one officer fired a single shot in the suspect's back. He is expected to be okay. The deputy chief saying the words that they are blessed today, considering that this gunman had 2 fully loaded magazines on him as well, that nobody else was hurt or killed here. Live in Daytona Beach, I'm Nadine Yanis, getting results, News 6.
Nadine, thank you.
A push for driving change passes in the state house. House lawmakers hugging just 30 minutes ago as they vote to make texting while driving a primary offense. The bill passed 104 to 9. Now all eyes turn to the Senate, which still has to vote on their companion bill. News 6's Matt Austin is live in Tallahassee tonight. He was in the House chambers when this bill passed. And Matt, you witnessed a lot of emotion today that you do not normally see from politicians.
Yeah, there were some tears here on the floor. One person described what's happening with this bill to me today as a legislative quagmire. We have two different bills, one in the House, one in the Senate, both regarding texting and driving. We are close to the end of the race here when it comes to the legislative session, and I don't think there's one person in this building who can tell you how this is going to end. One thing I can tell you for sure, though, is just moments ago inside the House chambers, they voted unexpectedly on this texting and driving bill today. Here's how it worked out.
The clerk will lock the machine and announce the vote.
104 yeas, 9 nays, Madam Speaker.
Show the bill passes.
You heard it right there. 104 to 9 was the final vote. The House version of this targets texting and driving. That's people actually typing text into their phone. The Senate bill has to do with hands-free. But the House bill, for the first time, would make it a primary offense. Police officers could pull you over. Now, one of the main co-sponsors of this bill, her sister died from a distracted driving wreck years ago. I spoke with her just moments after the vote. Take a listen. Okay, so how are you feeling right now?
Wow, I'm incredibly excited because of the fact this is the furthest the bill has ever traveled, because its last session it died, it never got a hearing on the Senate floor, but today it passed off the House floor and it's going for a vote tomorrow.
All right, and one strange thing about this bill is it combines Republicans and Democrats alike. You just heard from a Democrat, Emily Schlossberg. There's also a Republican, Jackie Toledo, who wrote this bill, and we talked to her right after this as well. Take a listen. So now we're not through this race yet. You get a quick victory, and then now you have to figure out what to do with the Senate side. How are you feeling going into that?
I feel good because I think everyone feels we have to do something. Now is the time to act because both chambers are hearing the bill. So last year it stalled in the Senate. So, it was devastating to see that. But now it's in the chambers, both floors. So hopefully tomorrow we'll hope that they will pick up our version of the bill.
So the goal for the House is they will kick over to the Senate that bill that they just voted on. Maybe the Senate will take it as it is. Most likely they prefer a different style of that bill. They could change it, send it back. There's a lot of different things that could happen tomorrow or even the next day here at the state capitol. We'll be here to cover it for you live, and we'll let you know what happens. But it seems like things change every second out here in Tallahassee, ladies. I'll send it back to you at the studio.
That's right, a lot happening. And Matt, you're going to stay on top of it for us. Thank you, Matt Austin, reporting live in Tallahassee.
New at 5, Orlando police restructuring to get crime results. They want to see more officers patrolling to target peak crime periods. News 6's Jerry Askin was at the Orlando Police headquarters for today's announcement. And Jerry, police say to make this happen, schedules have to change.
Ginger, yes, the chief today saying at a press conference here at OPD, these new patrols are part of a restructuring process to better address crime during peak hours. This all happening as we are finding out more about a new fully staffed crime center to better monitor cameras around the city like the one here.
I think it's a great thing. It's a good thing.
That's the reaction we got today from residents when I told them Orlando police have now added about 60 or so patrol officers working to keep the city safe. It now brings the number of patrol officers from 414 to 474.
Everybody want to live safely.
At a press conference today, Chief Orlando Rolone said it's all happening as a restructuring process to put more patrols on city streets. The new cops you will see out now, many of them previously worked in-house and in different departments.
We did it all without having to basically add new officers to our staff. We did it all without eliminating our specialized units.
The chief said the restructuring all comes after looking at 2018 calls for service and finding better hours for cops to work during peak crime hours. The shifts are now 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. They're also working to build a fully staffed real-time crime center to try and better catch suspects.
The personnel working in the real-time crime center will be able to look at the cameras, go into our data, and basically say, hey, you should look for a green car that just left, and this is the tag number based on the...
Yeah, the chief said they're still short about 94 or so officers, partly because of this new statewide mandate to add SROs in every school. Also, the chief saying he's always working to find ways to keep the city safe despite the growing population here in Orlando. Reporting live, Jerry Askin, Getting Results, News 6.
Jerry, thank you. Developing at 5, more than 1,000 neighbors fighting a developer's plan to build an affordable housing apartment complex right in the middle of their subdivision.
In just hours, Seminole County commissioners will vote on the 3-story building proposed for the corner of Alafaya Trail and Beasley Road near Oviedo. The vote was postponed from a few weeks ago, which left protesters fuming and frustrated. They are back at County Commission headquarters for tonight's vote, and so is News 6's Eric Von Inken. And Eric, those people are really trying to send a clear message.
They are frustrated, Lisa. This is the 11th hour for them. They're desperate because they don't understand, how did it get this far in the first place? How did it get through zoning and now tonight get in front of commissioners? So they're back, they say, to stop it from getting any further.
We're fighting for a way of life for unincorporated Seminole County.
Mike Bianco and his neighbors, bound by their quiet streets, peaceful single-family subdivisions, and now their red shirts, say their online petition has been signed more than 1,100 times by people all over Seminole County. What does so many signatures say about your cause?
It says that it resonates with people. People are worried about what's happened to them, what is happening to them, or what could happen to them in any blank lot. This will set the precedence
of what's to come.
It's not so much that they're trying to save this 4.6 acres of untouched woods home to bald eagles. They know a prime piece of property like this on Alafaya Trail near Oviedo will get bulldozed sooner or later.
It's about overdevelopment and unreasonable development. So we're not opposed to development. We're just wanting it to be reasonable.
The developer wants Seminole County commissioners to change the zoning in this spot to build a 3-story affordable housing apartment building overlooking the 1-story single-family homes.
They're wanting to put about 300 people in the space where 30 people live right now.
Adding as many as 100 units. County planners say it would not impact already full schools and roads.
3 stories high is what they want. 3 stories high.
But Bianco says certainly there would be an impact to this peacefully preserved place.
It doesn't make sense. It's not a smart choice for zoning.
The original vote scheduled for 2 weeks ago here was postponed because the developer said he needed more time. Well, there is expected to be a vote tonight at this meeting. At the end of all of the public comment, we're hearing that upwards of 50 people want to give their input in front of these folks. We're now live in Seminole County and downtown Sanford. Eric Von Inken, Getting Results, News 6.
Eric, thank you. A warm and sunny day in Central Florida.
How much longer will it all last, Tom?
Well, a couple of more days at least, and then that brings big changes. I will pinpoint it all straight ahead.
But first, 2 former daycare workers accused of molesting children, all new at 5, a News 6 investigation revealing who has been paying their criminal defense attorneys. You're watching News 6 at 5, Getting Results. We will be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Subway.
Your local Kia dealer today.
I'm News 6 meteorologist Candace Campos. Although the game isn't here for tonight, the weather is looking good for maybe those watch parties like one out there in Wall Street, the blue and white Ignite. Temperatures by about 7 o'clock once the game starts. Temperatures will be about 79 degrees. We are also looking mostly dry throughout the evening. By about 9 o'clock, expecting temperatures to be a little bit more on the mild side into the mid-70s. So hopefully good weather here. We'll send it up to Toronto and hopefully a good game up there. Stick around. More news after this.
Live with Matt Austin, Lisa Bell. Weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells, Meteorologist Candace Campos. Special reports from the investigators and Getting Crime Results with Eric Von Inken. This is News 6 at 5, Getting Results.
Two former daycare workers accused of molesting children at two different child care facilities. Tonight, News 6 reveals who has been paying their attorneys and legal bills. Both of those daycare employees used to work for Bright Horizons, one of the country's largest child care providers.
Tonight, we've learned that Bright Horizons paid thousands of dollars trying to keep those accused men out of prison. News 6 investigator Mike DeForest has been digging through court documents to bring this story to light. And Mike, you've obtained a copy of the payment agreement.
For one of those employees, yes. It says right here that Bright Horizons has agreed to pay the attorneys for that former daycare worker's legal defense. One of those lawyers tells News 6 most large companies have insurance policies to provide employees with criminal defense attorneys, but prosecutors have raised concerns about this financial arrangement. Orlando police arrested daycare employee Rico Hamilton last year for allegedly molesting a young boy at Bright Horizons in Baldwin Park.
Do you want a public defender? Do you plan to represent yourself or hire your own attorney, Mr. Hamilton?
Hamilton soon learned he'd have two attorneys and Bright Horizons would be paying them.
If nothing else, I don't want no damn public defender, not for no case like this.
In a recorded phone call from jail, Hamilton giggles while telling a friend that Bright Horizons would be funding his child molestation defense.
Well, that's good news. Yeah, I was excited when she came yesterday. I was like, oh my goodness.
At the time, the alleged victim's family was suing Bright Horizons.
They finally figured that if this case goes well for you, it helps their case in the end.
Yeah.
Hamilton would be represented by West Palm Beach attorney Nellie King, along with Thomas Pavlinik, a lawyer based in Maryland whose website says he specializes in sex crimes defense. As News 6 discovered, this was not the first time Pavlinik and King had been paid by Bright Horizons to defend an employee accused of child molestation.
We addressed these charges yesterday.
In 2013, Olukunle Amomowo was arrested for sex crimes that allegedly occurred at a Bright Horizons facility in Broward County. News 6 has obtained a copy of the payment agreement between Bright Horizons and the lawyers. In the event that the case cannot be resolved and the case goes to trial, the two attorneys would be paid a fee of $6,000 per day. Bright Horizons shall have the right to terminate this payment agreement in the event that Mr. Amomowo makes a confession. In response, prosecutors filed this notice of potential conflict, arguing that the potential financial benefit to the attorneys to proceed to trial could be seen as a disincentive to plea. Also, if the defendant had accepted the state's plea offer, Bright Horizons no longer would have paid for his defense.
I'll do it now.
The assistant state attorney prosecuting Hamilton filed similar court papers, hoping to prevent him from later claiming his lawyers were ineffective. Yet, despite those concerns, Hamilton eventually agreed to enter guilty pleas to less serious charges, sparing him from prison. In Broward County, prosecutors dropped all charges against Amomowo, but they could be refiled in the future. Their attorney, Nellie King, tells News 6 everyone accused of a crime is entitled to competent legal representation. Most large employers carry insurance for unforeseen events, including those that may require legal representation for employees. After Rico Hamilton was arrested last year, Bright Horizons said the well-being of the children in their care was their primary concern. Recently, I submitted 24 questions to Bright Horizons about the attorney payment agreements. A spokesperson said the company could not respond to any of them because a judge in the civil case had cautioned the parties against engaging with the media. Ginger and Lisa.
Mike DeForest, thank you.
All right, Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells joins us. Hey. Now, we have been enjoying these delightful I
Haven't
love this
though?
graphic.
Been
I'm
nice.
Right
it's dog walking time tomorrow.
Perfect.
Made you giggle, huh?
Yeah, it did.
This is what she's laughing at.
It's a
Take a look
dog.
at the graphic. You have a dog. You know when to walk, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, look at this dog. This is Chopper over here. Courtesy of our friend Jessica. Great dog
pretty.
walking day for tomorrow. It's going to be a little on the hot side, though. You know, you walk through Winter Park, you get those little bowls everywhere.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Do you have bowls all over the place for your dog?
You have to.
I've got several. I'm ashamed to admit how many. Kind of embarrassed, actually. Sorrel scale number for tomorrow on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being awesome. Tomorrow's a big old fat 10. It's going to be a great day. It's just going to be well above normal. Our daytime high today got above normal, up to 85, and normal would be 84. The overnight low this morning was just below normal. Same thing's going to happen tonight and tomorrow. Here's what's going on now. We're at 84 degrees, blue sky. Relative humidity 34%. Daytona Beach temperature reading at news time is 78. Visible satellite image together here shows you the big ridge of high pressure parked right on top of us. As long as that high stays in place, we stay like we are. But during the next 24 hours, the high begins to slide out to the east. And as it does, big cold front comes marching across the country and ends up in your backyard. Weather story for tonight, beautiful, stargazer's delight. Wednesday and Thursday will be dry, but hot. By hot, I mean probably not 90, but really, really close. Upper 80s. Friday, scattered storms do return to Central Florida with a 60% chance of rain. Tonight, you see a little bit of the moisture beginning to show up. Now, this is not the cold front, but the moisture aloft is beginning to arrive, setting us up for the rain by the end of the week. Tonight, we're good. I mean, really no worries at all. A little bit of cloud cover, but nothing to write home about. And then through the day tomorrow into Thursday, a few more clouds begin to show up. And then on Friday, the cold front gets here and kaboom, we rock again. Overnight lows tonight are 50s all over. The overnight low in the City Beautiful is 59. Clear and cool, not cold, but cool at 59. Here's tomorrow.
Your forecast brought to you by Napleton Chrysler Jeep Dodge.
First thing in the morning, tomorrow 62. By lunchtime, 82. And the daytime high hits 88. By 6 p.m., we're back to 86. Here's the week ahead. We go to the daytime high tomorrow of 88 degrees. Thursday, humid 88. Then on Friday, rain chances 60%. The high is 84. And then gradually over the weekend, the rain chances begin to die down.
All right, Tom, thank you.
Bye now.
Well, a test, feet in the air at Disney.
What was happening today ahead of a new attraction opening?
And new at 5:30, first responders teaching kids about the importance of reading and safety. We'll show you the program getting results in our schools. Ahead of its opening, Disney began testing emergency evacuations procedures on its Skyliner system. Theme park blogger Blog Mickey shared these photos with us today. They say they reveal they could see several crews on a newly constructed path below the gondolas today. Now, Blog Mickey even says the teams got some support from the fire department. Disney says the Skyliner system will transport people from Epcot and Hollywood Studios to 4 resort hotels. It's scheduled to open this fall.
Well, kids' bedrooms usually have a lot of stuffed animals.
But you would never expect one of those stuffed animals to be alive, right? Well, then it's not stuffed, right? Caitlin Birch of Ohio has now gone viral after her kids found a possum hiding in their closet. The kids say they kept seeing it over a period of 3 days. They would tell their mom a creature or rat was hiding out in their bedroom, and she would always check but would never find anything. One night, though, they found it. Birch shared these photos with us today. She says around 2 in the morning, it was in the closet hiding in one of the girls' dresses. It was playing possum. Birch's husband got the animal out in a couple of hours. That's when you just move.
I still couldn't see it in those pictures. I'm going to have to take a closer look at that. But yes, I agree with you. Ahead on the news at 5:30, a warning for dog owners in part of our area.
Yeah, something dangerous seen at a popular dog park.
I didn't believe it, but then I saw it, so it's there.
A wild animal spotted in an area reserved for pets. Find out what dog owners have been told to watch out for.
Plus, a man shot after a fight breaks out. Now deputies want your help to get crime results and find the shooter. Find out what we've learned about this brutal brawl.
Sanford. Live, getting results. This is News 6 at 5:30.
Now at 5:30, crews practice an emergency rescue in one of the capsules that could bring manned spaceflight back to our area. We'll show you the work being done to prepare for the worst as we look to our future in space.
But first, a big brawl ends with someone getting shot and the gunman on the run. Investigators are now trying to identify the man who pulled the trigger. Glad you're with us. I'm Lisa Bell. Matt Austin is on assignment.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. Surveillance video got a good look at the accused shooter. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office released this surveillance picture. They say this is the guy who fired the shot outside a mini-mart over the weekend. Cameras outside the store caught the fight that ended in gunfire. News 6's Lauren Korn tells us deputies need your help to get crime results and make an arrest.
Deputies tell me tips are starting to roll in about a possible suspect, but they still need the public's help in identifying who the shooter is. They also recovered a firearm last night near the crime scene, and they're working to confirm if it's the same gun used in Sunday night's shooting.
There was no reason for any of this to occur.
A man trying to break up a fight between two women ends up shot outside this Circle K gas station on Moody Boulevard.
The fight was a minimal disturbance between two females, although it was physical. There were plenty of people around to break it up. Out of nowhere, this male shows up and starts firing at the victim.
The Flagler County Sheriff's Office released this surveillance video of Sunday night's shooting. Deputies say the man in the black shirt charged into the crowd, shooting at least 4 shots, striking the victim once in his back before running away. Deputies say the crowd came from other events happening nearby.
There was a Easter celebration going on, and I believe there was a rap video shoot going on in the area at the same time.
Investigators say the man is expected to survive, but they will not release his name due to fear of retaliation. They're hoping this video and still photos of the shooter will help catch and arrest him.
Very irresponsible, very erratic.
And are asking the public to call if they have any information.
We are hopeful that we will make an identification soon in this case.
In Flagler County, Lauren Korn, Getting Results, News 6.
Now, we have posted video of the fight and shooting online at clickorlando.com. You can share it on social media and help deputies get crime results and track down the shooter. Now to breaking news. Investigators say a suspicious device was found inside a home. It's happening in West Melbourne. Brevard County deputies say the person who lived in the home died recently. Now, that person's family was concerned there could be something dangerous inside the home, and they called deputies. When the bomb squad swept the property, they found the suspicious device. We are working to find out what they found. As soon as we get more information, we'll bring it to you on air and on clickorlando.com. Today, a proposed law allowing Florida teachers to be armed in the classroom took a big step forward. The state Senate passed a bill that will expand a program which allows some teachers to carry guns in school. The bill now moves to the House. If passed, it makes all teachers eligible for the Guardian program. School districts would have to approve participation in the program, and teachers would have to volunteer to undergo psychological evaluations and be trained by a sheriff's office. Now, Orange County Public Schools approved a resolution last month to oppose the bill.
We are still working to learn whether an anomaly with SpaceX's Crew Dragon capsule over the weekend will delay a planned manned space flight later this year. These pictures from Florida Today show the smoke over Kennedy Space Center. But the Crew Dragon is not the only capsule set to carry astronauts from the Space Coast to the stars. Boeing Starliner is getting put through its paces right now. News 6's James Sparvero shows us the crew's practicing a rescue should the worst happen during launch.
Divers in the water now with a replica of the Boeing Starliner. This is a simulation of an emergency water rescue, but the Air Force says the divers in this case, they're taking their time because they need to familiarize themselves with the spacecraft. So today, pararescuemen are spending hours learning about the Starliner in the Port Canaveral Channel. Tomorrow, rescuers will train with the Starliner in the ocean. If this were the real thing, the Air Force says NASA's commercial crew astronauts would be rescued in 15 minutes.
It's very significant, very important that the crew knows that there's a rescue capability and a force that's been trained and prepared.
Preparations for rescuing crewed flights that goes back to the early days of spaceflight. During the upcoming launches of the Starliner and SpaceX's Crew Dragon, rescuers will be on alert, locally stationed at Patrick Air Force Base.
We're going to come in on a rotation and sit alert for this. Getting all our guys exposure to the capsule, I think, is the biggest thing that we want to get accomplished, and then start solidifying the training techniques.
Until this weekend's accident with the SpaceX capsule, the Starliner appeared to be a distant second place in a race to return astronauts to space from Florida. Now the race seems more competitive. Boeing and United Launch Alliance are targeting flying Starliner as soon as November. There's no official word from SpaceX if Dragon's crewed flight will be pushed back from July. At Port Canaveral, I'm James Sparvero, Getting Results, News 6.
And we are following the work being done with the Starliner and the Crew Dragon closely. You can read about the competing programs and the efforts to bring manned launches back to American soil. It's all on clickorlando.com/space.
We've learned a new detail about a death investigation. Orange County deputies now say they do not suspect foul play in the death of a woman found near a popular hiking trail. Investigators tell us they are now waiting on tests to determine what ultimately killed the woman. Last week, deputies identified her as Felicita Nadal. Her body was found in the woods near Katy Way Trail earlier this month, badly decomposed. Deputies say it could be weeks before those tests come back.
A two-county chase ends with a man in handcuffs. Deputies say they were following a man in a stolen car when he drove into Flagler County. This video shows the arrest of Trayshawn Smith yesterday in Bunnell. Deputies say before the arrest, Smith was driving recklessly and crashed into an unmarked cruiser. Investigators say Smith had stolen a Mercedes from Daytona Beach. He is now facing charges in both Flagler and Volusia counties. And deputies say they have the man who threatened a motel clerk with a gun during a robbery. Investigators in Osceola County say the man in this surveillance video is Asante McGee. They tell News 6 he held up the Econo Lodge on Polynesian Isle Boulevard last week. When deputies finally caught up with him yesterday, they say he tried to run but could not get away. He now faces charges for robbery, grand theft, and assault.
New at 5:30, a warning for dog owners in a part of our area. A coyote sighting at a popular dog park is putting people on alert. News 6's Clay Lepard spoke with a woman in Winter Park who spotted the potentially dangerous animal.
Good girls. Lake Baldwin Dog Park attracts quite the crowd. Of all shapes and sizes.
Last time we weighed him, he was about 150.
But it's a dog's distant relative, a coyote, that city leaders say was first spotted here Thursday night, and has some worried. Now there's signs like these put up, warning people about the potential sighting.
Boo-boo.
While others are skeptical.
I mean, if somebody really saw one, I wouldn't be surprised, but I highly doubt it.
I didn't believe it, but then I saw it, so it's there. And
This is Taylor Babasa.
scary.
She was walking around the lake with her dogs, Brody and Benji, Sunday morning.
And this guy came up to me and was like, hey, hold your dogs tight because there's a coyote over there in the bushes. And then I looked up and he was laying there. I actually turned around and went the other way because I was like, I'm not even going to test that.
Now she's keeping a close eye.
They wouldn't stand a chance with a coyote. They were on retractable leashes, but now we put them on the bungee ones, so they can't go as far.
No attacks have been reported so far. In Winter Park, Clay Lepard, Getting Results, News 6.
Well, soon there will be a new monument to remember the Groveland Four who were falsely accused of raping a 17-year-old white woman 70 years ago. Today, commissioners approved the new monument honoring Walter Irvin, Samuel Shepard, Charles Greenlee, and Ernest Thomas. It will be placed in front of Lake County's historic courthouse. Staff will begin seeking proposals for construction, which could cost up to $20,000. A Lake County commissioner says this has been a long time in the making.
We felt it was appropriate to use that as a chance to tell the story and honor the people that were the victims of this situation, and also, make a firm statement that this is a thing of the past. This is not Lake County today.
Right now, there is no specific date on when the monument will be finished, but commissioners say it could take a couple of months. Police officers and firefighters working together to get results in our schools.
They are taking part in a program hitting schools all around our area. It teaches them the joys of reading along with some important safety lessons. We'll show you what this program means to those kids. Samara.
Yeah, and it was a warm day in the 80s and the radar's been nice and quiet. I'll show you just how hot it's going to get over the next few days and when storms return.
And protests in the nation's capital as the Supreme Court makes an important decision about the census. Find out what their ruling could mean for Florida.
You're watching News 6 at 5:30, Getting Results. We will be right back.
Florida Hospital is now Advent Health. The same doctors you know, the same care you trust. Caring for your body, mind, and savings on edge. Live with Matt Austin, Ginger Gadsden. Weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells. This is News 6 at 5:30, Getting Results.
Protesters rallying in Washington, D.C. as the Supreme Court works to decide whether a controversial question ends up on the 2020 census. The High Court heard arguments today for and against a question about U.S. citizenship the Trump administration wants to include on the 2020 census. Now, these protesters fear that question could deter non-citizens from participating in the census. The Trump administration argues that including the question will help enforce the Voting Rights Act. Now, critics say the question will result in a massive undercount. The census count dictates how many members of Congress will represent each state and where the government spends billions of dollars in federal funding. One government estimate says 6.5 million people would avoid answering the census if the citizenship question were asked.
Just to put that in perspective, it would be like if our 18th largest state just went poof.
States all across this country will lose resources, federal resources, as a result of an undercount.
A lower court ruling stated that Florida, among other states, was at substantial risk of losing a seat in Congress if this census question were allowed in 2020. It is now up to the 9 Supreme Court justices to decide whether it will be allowed. The Census Bureau has said it needs a decision by June.
Few things make a school day more exciting than a visit from the fire department, especially if they bring along a cool truck and a few books. News 6 anchor Julie Broughton shows us how the Orlando Fire Department is getting results in our schools with books and badges.
Getting results in our schools, sponsored by Crayola Experience.
Okay, we're going to read a book. It's called Clifford the Firehouse Dog.
For Orlando Fire Department Lieutenant Jason Alicea,
I asked the firefighters if Clifford could help them. They thought he was the right color for the job.
reading to kids like the students here at Kids Zone Learning Preschool is an important part of building community relationships.
Because in a scary situation, a lot of times they might be too afraid to respond to us as we're approaching. We don't want to be intimidating to them. So if they see us in everyday walks of life, then they're more likely to turn to us in an emergency situation.
Today's visit is part of OFD's Books and Badges program, using favorites like Clifford to teach stop, drop,
and now roll this way, roll to me, roll, keep going.
And no visit from the fire department is complete without this.
Go the other way. Now push it forward. They're in awe. They're just amazed with the trucks, the lights, the sounds.
I want to be a police. I want to be firefighter.
Alicea says he hopes he not only inspires students career-wise, but also encourages the kids to step up those summer reading goals.
Kids could get involved with electronics and television, but definitely reading is way more beneficial for them. And so we want to encourage them, along with their parents, also to set goals. Read a book, 2 books, maybe 5 books this summer, and you'll benefit greatly from it.
Julie Broughton, Getting Results, News 6.
OFD partners with the Orlando Police Department to visit 78 locations for books and badges. About 20 firefighters are involved in the program.
All right, it is a big night for our Orlando Magic. They are in a must-win situation if they want to keep their playoff run alive. Help us out. The Magic are in Toronto right now getting ready to take on the Raptors on their home court. Now, the Raptors have a 3-1 lead over the Magic in this series. The Raptors trounced the Magic 107-85 in their last matchup at the Amway Center. Now, if the Magic win tonight, then the team will come back home for Game 6. Tip-off for tonight is set for 7. News 6 Sports Director Jamie Say will join us at 6 o'clock to talk about the Magic's chances for tonight. And, of course, a lot of people pulling and hoping it's not over until it's over.
Anything's possible.
We have watch parties. People are gathering on Wall Street tonight to watch the Magic play, perhaps beat
I think
the
we
Raptors.
should believe in magic.
I do.
Okay.
I always
Definitely
do.
the thing, right?
Yeah.
The weather is going to be great, and if you're headed
Awesome.
out there to Wall Street, it may be a little warm when we start, but temperatures got a little warm today. We're talking about 85 degrees as your daytime high. That's only above the average of where we're supposed to be by a degree, okay? So we're not looking at record-breaking heat or anything like that, and Good thing the humidity is still pretty low. It'll feel more comfortable as the evening rolls around. So if you are headed out there this evening, it looks like temperatures right now sitting at 84 degrees in the City Beautiful, as well as the Villages and Ocala. So not too bad outside. 79 from Palm Coast to get into New Smyrna Beach. You're at 77. Good evening to you at the Cape. It's currently 78 degrees all the way down to Melbourne. So yeah, things are starting to cool off just a little bit, but I want to show you this view. This is our Bogan Munns and Munns view of Daytona Beach. Absolutely stunning day to be at the beach. And it looks like we're going to continue to see some pretty good days ahead. As we look at the visible satellite, you can see just a few clouds out there, but really not much. Moisture will continue to move in from the north and west, like what we're seeing over the panhandle in the form of clouds to start over the next couple of days. But the radar looks like it's going to stay pretty quiet tonight, tomorrow, but then changes start to come near the end of the week. Let me show you. I'm going to walk you hour by hour. The clouds and rain forecast starting at 5 this evening. We go to about 9. Really not much change. Clouds are going to stay clear, so we're not going to see any until early tomorrow morning. We may see a few high clouds streaming in from the north and west. They're not going to last all day long, though. It looks like by the evening everything is out of here. Thursday, we start to reintroduce a southeast wind as high pressure moves to the east. We're going to be on the back end of that, so our moisture is going to increase and our cloud cover is also going to increase. But as far as rain is concerned, I don't think we're going to see that until Friday. That's when the storms come back and rain chance goes up to about 60%. So here's how it shapes up for tonight. Clear, nice and cool. If you want to head out and about to maybe do some stargazing later tonight, that wind will become variable and very light at 4 to 8 miles per hour. Your low will be about 59 degrees. Here's a look at tomorrow.
Your forecast brought to you by Hudson's Furniture.
Plenty of sunshine to go around Central Florida. Your high is going to be 88 degrees. You'll start to feel the humidity a little bit tomorrow and even more by Thursday. Now let's get some results and show you your pinpoint accurate 7-day forecast. So after we head to 88 tomorrow, you'll definitely notice by Thursday that humidity starting to creep up a little bit. We'll be at 88 that day too. By Friday, the storms roll in. You'll be at 84 degrees. Behind this cold front, really no major temperature dip, and it looks like the rain starts to clear out by the end of the weekend. We're back to 86 with plenty of sunshine by Monday and Tuesday. Ladies?
All right, Samira, thank you. The hit reality show Survivor is looking for its next batch of castaways. A casting call is set for this Sunday at Victory Casino Cruises in Cape Canaveral. The casting call runs from 10 until 2, and there will be some special guests on hand. 7 past castaways will be at the casting call for a meet and greet and to offer advice to potential future contestants. The casting call runs from 10 until 2. Again, to read about eligibility requirements and fill out the forms you need, just head to clickorlando.com and look for the link on the homepage. Well, the worst is over, but Notre Dame still faces more danger.
Yeah, work is underway to protect the house of worship from nature. Heavy rains are expected to hit Paris, and crews need to get tarps over the damaged roof. Find out about the special workers called in to protect the centuries-old cathedral.
And breaking in the past 30 minutes, we just got new video from inside a Walgreens showing a man with a rifle moments before being shot by police. Ahead at 6, we are going through this new video and learning a possible motive for the robbery.
Today on the Morning News, we told you about the major mistakes many are still making when it comes to picking passwords for online accounts.
And coming up tomorrow, a new reason to wear jeans. The message your denim could send to the world when it comes to supporting the victims of abuse.
You got to watch before you go. We'll see you in the morning.
Be sure to download Florida's Fourth Estate from wherever you like to get your podcast. This week, you'll hear the worst advice my co-anchor Matt and I have ever received throughout our careers. It was bad. It's available on Stitcher, Google Play, and Apple. You can also find videos of all of our podcasts on clickorlando.com/podcast. Well, right now, crews are working quickly, trying to protect Notre Dame from even more damage. Professional mountain climbers have been brought in to put tarps over the damaged roof of the cathedral. They are working with construction crews to get the work done as quickly as possible. Rain is expected to hit Paris this week, and the architect overseeing the restoration of the historic cathedral wants to protect it from water damage. Now, France's president wants to have the reconstruction of the cathedral completed within 5 years.
A century-old shipwreck uncovered by the tide. These pictures were taken on the beach in Surf City, North Carolina yesterday. As it turns out, it is not the first time this wreck has popped up. Officials in Surf City say the remains of the William H. Sumner show up once or twice a year when the tide uncovers them. The boat sank in 1919 while carrying mahogany and phosphate rock from the West Indies to New York. Authorities advise beachgoers it's okay to look at the wreckage and take pictures, but not to touch it. Removing or damaging shipwreck remains is against the law in North Carolina. Pretty fascinating, though, to see that right there.
It really is.
Well, there seems to be an odd trend emerging here in Central Florida.
Today, Orange County deputies were called in to deal with a pair of goats. Sure enough, the deputy spotted the animals roaming the streets, just roaming. He managed to wrangle the animals and take them to a safe location. No word on where the animals came from. However, this is not the first goat rescue Orange County deputies have dealt with recently. So just last week, deputies found these two guys wandering around the same area. The owners were located and the goats got a ride home in the deputy's cruiser. Now, the sheriff's office has not said if these are the same goats that were rounded up today. I don't know. Just put those two things together. And they look a lot alike.
We need a goat detective working on that.
I think we've solved that one already.
Well, here's what's coming up at 6. Controversy over a new proposal to put an affordable housing complex in the middle of a residential neighborhood. Why some neighbors are saying no. And a young couple planning to get married soon now being remembered by loved ones after a sudden deadly crash.
They were inseparable. You can tell when they were together.
Now, instead of planning to celebrate their love, family and friends are planning a funeral. You're watching News 6 getting results on this Tuesday night. Some changes are on the way for your forecast, although it is gorgeous out there right now. But those clouds could be turning into some rain showers later in the week.
Well, hopefully the Magic will be playing at the Amway later this week.
Let's hope so. We'll be right back.
GMC.com. Live, getting results. This is News 6 at 6.
A major milestone in News 6's mission to drive change. Lawmakers embrace after a bill that would make texting and driving a primary offense passes the House.
And breaking right now at 6, new video from inside a Walgreens showing a man armed with a rifle moments before he is shot by police.
And new breaking developments in the breaking news we've been covering since 4 o'clock. In the past hour, we've received new video of a police shooting of an armed robbery suspect at Walgreens.
Yeah, police say he was armed with a rifle when he walked into the store demanding drugs and money. This happened at the store near West International Speedway Boulevard and South Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona. News 6's Nadine Yanis joins us live with the new video.
Well, Lisa, when you see the surveillance video, you're going to realize why the deputy chief said that they were blessed today, that no one else was hurt. It starts from behind the pharmacy counter where that suspect, 41-year-old Lewis Curler, walks up around 12:50. He's holding something to his side. The employee seemingly unsuspicious. That was until he jumps over the counter. And when he climbs over the counter, that's where you could see the rifle sticking out from what looks to be either like a rain jacket or some piece of clothing. The employees then obviously rattled, many of them taking off. Then from a different angle and a few minutes later, another shot from video shows minutes later, the suspect is behind the counter. He's crouched down. The gun is on his lap while in the middle of all of this, he injects himself with a needle. Police say inside is drugs, not once, but twice. By now, officers are inside. Video shows that 2 of them confront the gunman and 1 of them ends up firing, which you can't see, but you can see a computer screen break. The suspect then crawls out of the scene. Now, this video is just what we got in. There were 4 different parts to it. What we do know is that the suspect was shot 1 time in the back. He is expected to be okay. There were about 10 other people in the store. They all got out safe. And when you look at that video, you can obviously see why Deputy Chief Jakari Young today say that they are blessed. No one else was hurt, adding that this suspect had 2 fully loaded magazines on him as well, that he was there demanding drugs and not anything more. Live in Daytona Beach, I'm Nadine Yanis, getting results, News 6.
Nadine, thank you.
And staying on top of breaking news at Orlando International Airport, if you plan on taking a flight, you need to allow yourself a little more time. TSA has implemented what they call enhanced passenger security screening procedures. They are telling passengers to arrive at least 2 hours before their scheduled departure time. Officials say this is a result of volume and people not showing up on time. You can read more about these new security screening procedures by heading to clickorlando.com. Well, a couple planning to get married soon. Now they are having funeral services planned for them.
An Osceola County teacher and her boyfriend were killed in a car crash over the weekend. Their families are now mourning the loss instead of celebrating a union. News 6's Vanessa Ariza spoke with loved ones today as they plan to bury them.
The couple was just leaving a family member's house when their car was hit here near Apopka Vineland Road. They had spent the entire day with family members saying they needed to do that more. But instead, loved ones are now planning their funeral services.
They were inseparable. You can tell when they were together, they loved each other.
The last time Kendall Prasad would see his brother-in-law, 25-year-old Bhawani Jagmohan, and his girlfriend, 24-year-old Christina Bacchus, would be at a family's home Sunday night. They said their goodbyes, and minutes later, the couple would be involved in a car accident just down the street.
Watched him blossom into the young man he is today, or was.
The couple was hit near Apopka Vineland Road and Dressage Drive around 8:30 Sunday. Bhawani died at the scene. Christina later died at a local hospital. The driver of the vehicle that hit them was in serious condition and taken to Orlando Health.
I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow because we keep thinking maybe when we see her, then we'll know it's real.
Family gathered at Christina's parents' home today, lining the house with pictures for tomorrow's service. Her mother tells us she had always wanted to be a teacher and was living out that dream at Parton Settlement Elementary School. And talk about marriage was in the works.
He gave her a promise ring. They had intentions of getting married down the line. I thought I was going to give a speech for your wedding. Not for this.
Right now, no one has been charged, but a representative with FHP says charges are pending. In Orange County tonight, Vanessa Ariza getting results, News 6.
Vanessa, thank you. Now to that major hurdle passed in the State House today.
Yeah, a bill that would make texting and driving a primary offense moves forward. Now it is headed to the Senate. News 6's mission to drive change dates back to 2016 when Matt Austin was seriously hurt in a crash by a driver who admitted to texting and driving. Since then, Matt and News 6 have made a commitment to driving change and getting results to keep us all safer on the roads. Now that fight has led Matt to testify in the state legislature more than once now. Matt joins us live in Tallahassee. And Matt, what a huge day today. We say that often and then we get disappointed, but House Bill 107 is now heading to the Senate.
Hey, it is a big step, and just being here in Tallahassee, you can tell there is consensus in both the Senate and the House that some meaningful texting and driving legislation needs to happen this session. The question is, what does that look like? Well, the House, as you said, they took a big step today, but it was not without conflict.
It was a day of intense emotion.
In 2011, I lost my sister to a distracted driver at the age of 48. And the last time we ran this bill, I couldn't even stay on the floor.
And frank discussions.
These are issues that we cannot just brush under the rug. These are issues that in the current climate of our national discourse, people are afraid to get into these debates.
Texting and driving companion bills up for debate in each chamber. This morning, the Senate version faced no questions and no amendments and is ready for a full vote tomorrow. Over in the House, however, the issue of racial profiling by law enforcement took center stage.
Yes, there are bad actors. But we must keep in mind that less than 0.5% of police officers misfit that uniform.
This is bad for my community because the intention is good, but in application, we're going to look back, and I want you to remember these words. We're going to look back and we're going to say, boy, were we wrong.
Many members of the House weighed in on the debate.
I'm up on the bill 100%. I am. But I have got to bring the concerns forward for people that look like me. I'd be derelict if I did not do that from this floor.
Racism is still alive. We know that. But this law is based on saving lives from people texting and driving. If you don't see that, you're blind.
But in the end, a majority of the members sided with safety and pushing for a stronger law that's far from perfect.
This bill is about one thing, and one thing only. It's about saving lives, to ensure that others don't have to lose loved ones.
So here's where we are right now. That House bill that passed focuses strictly on texting while driving, typing into your phone as you're driving. The Senate bill is much different. It would make Florida a hands-free state if passed through its chamber tomorrow. The question is, how do you come to a compromise on these two bills? Most people seem to think it can happen, but what the final product will look like, well, that's anybody's guess right now. We will be here. We're staying the night. We'll be here tomorrow to follow it as it happens live from Tallahassee. Ladies, back to you.
All right, Matt Austin, thank you. You can read our driving change timeline and our push since 2016. Just go to clickorlando.com/driving change. New at 6 now, the mom accused of stabbing her daughter to death is facing new charges. Rosa Rivera is now charged with battery on a corrections officer. The Orange County Sheriff's Office says last month she pulled out an IV against orders. And when officers walked into her cell to help her, she stood up and punched an officer. Rivera was already charged with first-degree murder in the death of her daughter. Deputies say she stabbed her daughter at least 15 times to prevent her from having sex with men.
New details about a 14-year-old boy killed hours before Easter. Deputies tell us they spotted someone matching the suspect's description shortly after Anthony Reed was shot and killed on JR Street and Starbright Drive near the mall at Millennia. This happened on Saturday. Deputies say they spotted a possible suspect driving aggressively in the area south of Texas Avenue and Holden Avenue in Orange County. But the driver took off. They tell us this shooting does not appear to be random, and the investigation continues.
Police in Orlando are making a change they hope will help them get crime results. They want to see more officers on patrol for crime during peak hours. The chief said today in a press conference it's all part of a restructuring process. Orlando police have now added around 60 officers that used to work in-house and in different departments. The police chief said he decided to make the change after looking at last year's crime stats.
Well, Bethune-Cookman University has a new president. Dr. E. LeBrent Crite will take office starting July 1st. He will replace interim president Hubert L. Grimes. In October, an audit revealed questionable financial activity dating as far back as the previous administration. It was at risk of losing its accreditation because of all of this. Crite will become the 7th president of Bethune-Cookman University. Well, it is do or die for our Orlando Magic.
Their season hanging in the balance as they prepare to tip off in a must-win game in less than an hour now. We'll have a preview for you coming up in sports. Samara?
Well, we got up to 85 degrees today, but I'm pinpointing even hotter days ahead, including the return of some storms in just a few minutes.
First, though, a new look at an upcoming new addition to Disney, The Future of Travel, debuting this fall.
You're watching News 6 at 6, getting results for Cocoa Beach, Eustis, and all of Central Florida. We will be right back.
Florida Hospital is now Advent Health. The same doctors you know, the same care you trust, caring for your body, mind, and spirit. Live with Matt Austin, Lisa Bell. Weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells. Sports with Jamie Say. And special reports from the investigators. This is News 6 at 6. Getting results.
Just minutes ago, a heated Seminole County Commission meeting started about a controversial construction project proposing to put an affordable housing complex in the middle of a residential neighborhood.
Yeah, neighbors have been fighting the project for months now, and tonight it all comes to a head with a vote scheduled at the end of tonight's meeting. A developer wants to rezone just over 4.5 acres on Alafaya Trail at Beasley Road near Oviedo to build a 3-story apartment building next to single-story, single-family homes. News 6's Eric Von Anken is live at Seminole County Commission headquarters tonight, where the meeting just got rolling. And Eric, lots of people signed up to speak. This could take a while.
Ginger, I'm hearing upwards of 50 people want to give commissioners inside the chambers there an earful. They say this cannot go any further tonight than it already has.
This got way bigger than we ever thought it would, but it's not really about just this piece of property. It's about overdevelopment.
Wearing the same red shirts that are flooding the Seminole County Commission chambers tonight, these neighbors have banded into a community, saying no to turning these woods into a 3-story affordable apartment complex with as many as 92 units that would overlook 1-story single-family homes.
They're wanting to put about 300 people in the space where 30 people live right now.
Mike Bianco, the neighborhood spokesman, says the project should never have gotten through the zoning board and in front of county commissioners tonight. More than 1,100 signatures he collected in this online petition from all over Seminole County make it clear, he says.
It doesn't make sense. It's not a smart choice for zoning.
County planners say the apartment complex is appropriate and would not impact roads or schools around this area of Alafaya Trail near Oviedo.
We're fighting for a way of life for unincorporated Seminole County.
But Bianco says 1,100 people can't be wrong.
People, it resonates with people. People are worried about what's happened to them, what is happening to them, or what could happen to them in any blank lot. This will set the precedence
of what's to come.
And these neighbors are already frustrated because a vote was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago here, but was postponed when the developer said he needed more time. Again, we're expecting a final vote on this proposal sometime tonight. It could take hours, depending on how many people end up speaking, but we're here for the duration. We'll have the latest for you on clickorlando.com as soon as that vote happens, and of course tonight at 11. But for now in downtown Sanford, Eric Von Eyck getting results, News 6.
Let's hope that meeting is over before 11 tonight. Eric, thank you.
The new Skyliner gondolas are one step closer to making their debut at Disney World.
Yeah, today, crews began testing the emergency evacuation procedures. Now, these are pictures showing the testing from theme park blogger Blog Mickey. Now, they say they noticed a new pathway under the gondola cabins, and firefighters were also on scene for the testing. And just last week, Disney released a video showing what each of the 300 gondolas will actually look like. Each one will have specific characters and will seat up to 10 people. The gondolas will take people from Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios to 4 resort hotels. The system is set to debut this fall, which is coming up faster than we even realize. April's almost gone.
Samara Coquino's filling in for Tom tonight.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a
really
confined space.
I think that looks really cool.
It does.
It does. It looks great.
Yeah.
For everybody else.
Okay.
For me, I'm like, oh,
No
about
tight
this
quarters
space.
for you.
No. I like big views and
open spaces.
Yeah, open spaces. Beautiful weather we've been having.
Oh, yeah, that helps too.
Yeah, humidity has been relatively low. So let me show you the muggy meter. I love showing this because it gives people a perspective as to what to expect, right? So our dew point value right now is at 54. That puts us in the middle of the comfortable category. Now we do have some changes as high pressure kind of shifts and goes east. We're going to have that southeast wind return, and we're going to go back to this muggy category for a few days ahead of a cold front. So get ready. You're going to start to feel it in the air over the next couple of days or so. The Orlando Health Camera view, downtown Orlando is absolutely stunning. Just a few clouds overhead, really nothing too thick out there. Temperature-wise, we're at 81 degrees with that east wind at about 7 miles per hour. And because of that east wind, our coastline has been a little bit cooler today. We were at 77 from Palm Coast, going to 76 in Daytona Beach, back to 77 from New Smyrna, all the way down to Melbourne. Inland zones like Ocala, the Villages, and Leesburg, as well as Kissimmee, all sitting at about 83 degrees. Here's the water vapor imagery. You can see the moisture headed to our way, and this is all from Texas. This is associated with our next cold front that will make its trip over here the next couple of days. So what you will notice in the clouds and rain forecast is, for now, high pressure is close enough by. It's going to stabilize the atmosphere, so we're not going to see much cloud cover. We may start to see a few high clouds stream into the forecast tomorrow, but they'll be in and out throughout the day. And then Thursday, you'll notice they start to bulk up a little bit. We'll have that southeast wind pumping in that lower level moisture, so we will get a little bit more cloud cover, but we're still rain free at least until Friday. That's when your rain chances go up to about 60%, so get your rain gear ready to rock and roll. So let's take a look here at tonight's forecast. Clear and cool near 59. Here's a look at tomorrow.
Your forecast brought to you by Del Air Heating and Air Conditioning.
Temperatures will soar a little bit warmer tomorrow. We're talking about 88 degrees as your daytime high. Let's get some results and show you your pinpoint accurate 7-day forecast. So 88 for tomorrow as well as Thursday. By Friday, rain coverage goes up to 60%. Temperatures go down to about the mid 80s. And then we'll get rid of the rain once this front kind of stalls out and just fizzles out. Over the weekend, we're back to about 20% chance for a scattered shower or two. But just keep in mind that that's not a washout of a weekend.
Sure.
It's just one of those things you may have to deal with a shower occasionally. We're back to sunny skies by Monday.
And we're
Looks
spoiled.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Samara. Well, divers spent hours in the water to get ready for the future of people in space.
Why today's training is crucial to getting results for astronauts. That's coming up at 7. Also ahead, these 2 former daycare workers are accused of molesting kids. Tonight, News 6 reveals who has been paying big bucks in legal fees trying to keep them out of prison.
Tommy figured that if this case goes well for you, it helps their case in the end.
Why our investigation is raising questions about the justice system. That's on News 6 at 7.
All right, sports director Jamie Say joins us now. And I feel like throughout the course of the Magic season, we always say it's a must-win for them.
Well, yes. Nothing's ever easy for the Magic.
Well, tonight it really is a must-win. I mean, we all know the deal, right?
Yeah.
They have to win, otherwise their season is over. That's it. They've got to win. Can they win? Yeah, they can, but they've got to shut down one of the best basketball players on the planet. That is the Raptors, Kawhi Leonard. Coming up, the Magic's thoughts today on tonight's Game 5. Will it be the end of their run? They say no. No bond has been set. Again, Florida has placed him on leave, and we will continue to follow this story, and we will continue to follow the Magic tonight.
Fingers crossed.
Go Magic. We'll be right back.
To your Ram dealer.
Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. The CBS Evening News is up next.
You can always get the latest headlines on our website, clickorlando.com. We'll be back at 7 with more local news. We hope you have a great Tuesday night.